Grand Piano Truth. My name is your host, and this is your number one podcast in South Africa. No other one than this. Today we have a very special person, someone who did and still doing great things in choral music South Africa. I'm talking about diva, the choral industry, or Miss Akhona Nyokana. Miss Akhona, welcome to the show.
Sia, thank you so much. Hey, diva, ne? What a title. Yeah, no, thank you so much. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah. Akhona, Dukbone, a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
When we grew up, Tina, guys, we grew up with choral music. We had choirs like Uyifeni Kaizer Chiefs. We had choirs.
Yeah.
And my choir was Gauteng.
Yeah.
Early 2000. My choir was Gauteng. So I used to check all the choristers there.
Yeah.
Then I spotted your face there. When I saw you on social media there, and I know, this one is for Gauteng choristers.
Yeah.
I know her back then.
Yes.
But nevertheless, please tell us who's Akhona Nyokana.
Yo, Sia, where do I start? So, Akhona Nyokana is a daughter of David Nyokana, Notobega Nyokana. My late father, may his soul rest in peace. I was born in Soweto, but my origins are from Mount Frey in the Eastern Cape. That's where my parents are coming from.
Oh, okay.
So I was born in Soweto because my mother was working in Soweto. She was a teacher around Soweto, and my father employed in Johannesburg.
Okay.
Yes, Mosikudala abantu, they would leave emakhaya, the homesteads, baze Gauteng, kuzofuna umsebenzi. So yeah, it was the same for me as well, Abazali bami, they came eGauteng, bafumana imsebenzi. My mother was a teacher. She's a retired teacher.
Yeah,
she's still very much alive. And she was a chorister. So yeah,
okay.
Akhona Nyokana is a child that comes from a very big family with 9 siblings, all boys. I'm the only girl. So my mother said, Akhona mantombazane. Nobangaba inye, Akhona mantombazane. So she gave me a plural. So I am a lot of women in one. Well, yeah. I guess I'm starting to leave that now. Yeah.
Okay. Akhona, you've been in this industry for quite some time. And I think at this point, in 2024, we shouldn't be asking the same question that I'm going to ask you now.
Yeah.
A question of gender equality.
Yeah.
Recently we had Conductors Extravaganza.
Yes.
And we had 16 conductors, 13 males, 3 females.
Yeah. I know.
I don't think in 2024 Bexamel is tetang alone.
Yeah.
What's your take on that one?
Look, Sia, actually this is a concern for us women. As ihleli phansi and not doing anything about it, Look, how is there going to be an equality if we are not showing an effort to say there is us, we are here, silapa, take from us, A choice when they were selecting the conductors for the Conductors Extravaganza. Probably the females, realistically so, the females, banintanga female conductors in the choral music space. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so, it limits you to get a number instead of an equal number to the males. Choral music for a very long time, it has been dominated by males. Similar to any other space for that matter. And only now women are starting to want to be part of leadership in every other space, even in spaces of workspaces. Abafazi now, they are showing. So I believe with time, we will get to a space where Nati says is comfortable and we are like, we can do this and we will see more women. If anything, I want to encourage women out there who know they do have a talent to be conductors, to be musical directors and so on and so forth, to come forward. Here's an opportunity. Here is somebody that is recognizing conductors through an extravaganza. Come forward. Who knows? The next Conductors Extravaganza, we might end up with 6, the next one 9, and. Yeah.
Okay, let me take it. I think it's a debate for another day.
Yeah.
We know when you grow up in Soweto, and a lot of activities were happening there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were politics in Soweto, Kwaito.
Yeah.
Gospel, clap and tape.
Yeah.
They were the famous things that were happening.
Yeah.
I saw it. But when you managed to stick with the choral music and opera music.
Yeah.
Because I believe a lot of your peers were not much in choral and opera. They were Kwaito, politics and all of those things. How when I manage stick and choral music?
So, choral music, I fell in love with the discipline that came with it. Lucky enough, I'm not one of those kids that were chased to be in the choir. I'm that child that could not wait and be in the choir. Choral music came with so much discipline. Choral music came with so much beautiful sounds that resonates with somebody. So I believe, I'm a very musical person because I grew up in a family of music. We were eating music and every day, all day. We had our own choir as the family because we were a big family, So we had our own choir as a family. In the Presbyterian Church of Africa, also known as PCA. As a family. No one in That's how big our family was. And we were a choir in Jesi. And also my mother is a songbird. My mother is one of the Soweto Teachers Choir's member. Yeah. She was a beautiful soprano in that choir, and I used to be pushed in a stroller to the rehearsals, the Soweto Teachers Choir. And growing up with those melodies around me, Mtwana has got a photographic memory. Hence, I fell in love with the music before I could actually be a part of the music. Yeah.
Mentioning your mother, take us through your relationship with your parents and their support for music or
Okay, so with regards to his support on the music itself, my mother loved music to a point where she didn't encourage me to actually study music. That's where she was drawing the line. At awuzofunda kucula kucula italento iphiwe nguThixo. Fundela into ebhadlile. You know how you know how our parents back then they thought
music.
What are you doing? What's this? And let me shock you. I'm actually a dropout medical student because that is the line that my mother wanted for me. And it did not happen. Because as I was in school, then my interest again around the Pretoria State Theatre. Then there's a Black Tie Ensemble. Then there's auditions. Auditions. You know what I mean? But my father was a very soft somebody who supported anything and everything that I am passionate about. And he would just say to me, Akhona, do what makes you happy, because at the end of the day, we will be no more and you will be miserable in the space that you will be in, So I am grateful for my father's support in that. Also, I am grateful for the strong character in my mother that said to me, Akhona, focus on other things. Because look, we cannot take away the fact that arts in our country, our artists are suffering. And this has been a cry for so many years that artists are suffering, If I did not have a mother that said to me, Kaujonge enye into that you can do. Yes, you love music. You can still keep it there. But look at something else that you can still do and still enjoy the music. So their personalities just complemented each other, and they also came to play when it came to my career path and the music.
Okay. You know, from school choir to Dibubulani.
Oh my soul!
You never look back. And you performed with Gauteng Choristers early 2000, and I can simply say you've been in the industry for more than 24 years.
Yes. Definitely.
Yeah. Can you share with us what keeps you going? Because we know that choral is the most poorest industry up in South Africa.
Yeah.
But you're still there after 24 years.
Yeah.
What keeps you going?
Honestly, Sia, if you are in something because you love it, it is easy for you to keep going and have faith that one day it will manifest into something bigger. I am seeing a different vision when it comes to choral music. It may not be identified in our country, but if you look at international countries where our artists are flourishing, that on its own is saying something about South Africans, Africa as a whole, the continent. That says something about us, about our art, and how unique we are, and the fact that we can actually go out there and be recognized. Look, I can name a lot of our artists that are out there doing it for themselves. Abo Pretty and Abo Lutando Kave, Abo. There's just a lot of them, you know, and that is saying to a black child, if they did it, it is very much possible for you to do it. And one day it will not fall onto the deaf ears. Somebody will actually see, Uguti, this genre is putting South Africa on the map. And so they will invest in it. I still have that belief, you know. I mean, who would have thought of the Conductors Extravaganza? You know, Tirompane came with the idea of the Conductors Extravaganza because somebody out there is believing in our music. And if we push enough, somebody will actually get off their comfort zone to come and sponsor, to come and nurture the talent of our people, to come and look after what we are doing and help Uikulisa. So I still very much believe in choral and opera music in our country, and I'm very passionate about that. I would do anything to see it get somewhere.
You know, we know you've been traveling with different production companies, doing different works with different choirs. So now, traveling yakho, indoni onothi uze nayo from outside the country, then why implement to for a self growth and for ukhulisa choirs in South Africa.
Okay, let me start here, Sia. Now music, because I was deprived an opportunity to actually study music. Now music is a talent, self-taught, no formal training, none whatsoever. You know, I grew up in a choir like any of us that are in the choral music fraternity. Like you mentioned, I grew up in a school choir. Then eventually from church, I joined Idibubulani Zajabavu, which was actually a church choir, Yasefura, you know, and I became a part of that choir. And from there, I never looked back. I went to Ikwezi Choral. I sang with Ikwezi Choral. If you remember, Gauteng Choristers actually comes from Ikwezi Choral. There was a division and Gauteng Choristers was formed. So then I was with Ikwezi Choral. Then I was later with Gauteng Choristers. So, uyabona umculo, I cannot make you sing. The melodies are in you. You know, the rhythms are in your veins. The melody is in you as an African person. We are artists by nature. Look at the work that we do. Look at the beadwork around your head. That is art form on another level. You know, Africans are artists. What I brought out there was a surety for our people to know, Uguti, Africans, you are very special. Africans, you are multi-talented. Africans, you are a dynamite. We're holding the wealth in our hands because of the art of our minds and the art in our hearts, as well as the art in our hands. Africans are just artists in every aspect.
Yeah. You went to a black tie.
Yes.
Experience.
Yeah.
Because I think like ensemble, it was, I don't know. You second?
Well, I say echo, but they still do meet and have concerts here and there. Susan Steenkamp, the lady who used to be the pianist for the ensemble, ukatibane nabo Olav Line, Obongiwe Madlala, she's now Obongiwe Musa Merit. Or dear Valton Solomons. I have not seen a whole lot of them because when I joined the Black Tie Ensemble, remember I said to you, but I knew that I had the greatest talent, you know, and I took chances. Mina, I'm a go-getter. When I want something, I go for it, you know. For me, no doors are closed, you know. If I'm knocking, I'll kick the door. So yeah, that was me then. Banking classes, oh my God, I'm gonna be in trouble with my mother. That was me now. Ditoche eskolweni because the Black Tie has got auditions. A Pretoria State Theatre. I was staying in Garamgu. I was studying in Medunsa. So I'm begging a State Theatre to go for auditions because I want to be part of this, something so big. Black Tie at that point, they had just introduced the incubator scheme as well as the Black Tie chorus. So I went there to audition. I remember they were preparing for La Boheme and they were looking for chorus members. They were looking for this and that. Look, I knew I was not going to get anything with principals because I have no paper in hand. I just have vocal abilities. So yeah, I went to that audition and I made it, you know. I remember Mimi Kutia was the owner of Black Ties. And Mimi was like, this young girl, there's something there. And there was also Matilda, who was the chorus master. Those people believed in my voice. But coming back home, Diti Mama, now I want to study music, I was going to get a kick on my face. You know? So yeah, that's how I joined the Black Ties. I became a part of the chorus. I then explored now the real D. Now I'm in a different level, different space altogether. I am being exposed to opera productions. I am seeing all of this, the stage, the crops, the theater. This is now big. This is bigger than what I had actually imagined. So yeah, it was very exciting times, you know. And because of that culture, as a Black Tie, then I grew interest now in opera music. I want this now. With choral music. Send for my opera, you know.
Then now, with Black Tie, bigger stage. Then,
Mama, she would come to the concerts, but she didn't know Uguti, I am being compromised. Now she would come to these concerts and see me perform with the Black Tie and see this and see that and be excited, because even for my mother it was now a different experience. Theater, you know, because she was with the Soweto Teachers Choir. They were traveling the world. However, bebengenzi into efanane opera productions where there's directors, there's stage settings, there's this, there's that, there's scenes, there's props, you know. So yeah, my mother still came, and my father, he was still alive. They still came to my shows, and Utata Wamgem now was not really a very educated man. So he was that man that will celebrate you. No bangabe room is filled with abantu abafunde kangakanani. My father will stand up and say, Madamini! So that was my dad. My dad would scream at theater, when he sees me on that stage. Because back then, if you remember, theater and because that was like back in 2001, 2002. Theater and like, oh, okay, my father being in that theater, I feel a big good. No, she's here, So it was a great experience.
Mentioning theaters, Akhona, theaters isn't value. Asasebenzi ezinye zijiko zenziwa ezinye building. I say theater. What can we do to revive those theaters, to make them work?
Look, what we can do is revive the artists so that there will be somebody who sees a need to revive those theaters. If the artists are revived and the hope in them is reinstilled, which is something can still happen, then it will be easy to revive the buildings. This is like you're saying, is bedlela aziko? What can we do? We're not going to say let's have more people getting sick. But if we have more people getting sick, then definitely there will be a need to supply the sick people with the facilities. So same with the artists. Now all I am saying, abantu betu mabanga peli moya. There is somebody out there who is willing to put in their last cent on this platform. Abantu betu mabanga peli moya. Let us not be that organization that evaporates because we are having challenges. Let us prove we are strong. We are Africans. Singabantu abamnyama. Let us prove that we believe in this and we know it's going to work. If we believe in it, somebody else will believe it. It will believe it will work as well because we are believing in it.
Exactly. And let's talk about Conductors Extravaganza.
Yes, sir.
The reason I want us to talk about because you were part of a PR team that was organizing the event. According to you, was the event successful?
Very much so.
Why are you so sure?
Look, if at the pilot stage, that's what we got, imagine when it gains traction. Imagine when it starts traveling nationally. Imagine when it goes out of the country. We achieved what we wanted to achieve and more. People that were not there were actually beating themselves up. Why did I not go? It was a brilliant event. It was a brilliant event. I'm not even going to take anything away from it. And now you know, but yes. That's how beautiful it was. From the gate to the arena. Everything was just brilliant. Look, the PR team did an amazing job. The project manager and her team did an amazing job. Everything, you got by key and a lock.
Now we're talking about Bugamoso.
Yes.
And Bugamoso group, we're talking about young individuals. You see, the other lady, the Obego PR team, she's 20 years old.
Yes.
Ne?
Yes.
They are still studying. They want to build their careers. Most choirs bezina financial muscle. But because about individuals, they want to build their careers. They went to Cape Town, they went to Gauteng, Durban,
Yes.
Now you in a career yako, but you still involved in choral music. What advice can you give to those young people at Bugamoso?
Look, we need to start looking at choral music, not just in Toyama Choir, but Sipege business opportunities and career growth within the choral space. Because there is so much. My specialty is in PR and marketing. And if I can use that in something that I love, like choral music, then why not? You know, because more than anything, the more I get active, the broader my skill.
Yes.
You know, the better my skill. So definitely do not despair and think, it's an extramural activity. No. Think of it differently. Look at it with a different eye and say, look, we can actually have attorneys that are working in the choral space, that are drawing up contracts for the very same artists. You know, uguti bazi, uguti. We can have a medical team because we fill up venues. We used to fill up Standard Bank Arena, and we would have to outsource the medical teams. Now we can have our very own medical team, ezobalisa under the choral fraternity in South Africa, where we know Uguti, we have a team. We're creating jobs within the very same space. You know, we're creating jobs. We're having medical team. We're having attorneys. We're having investors. We're having this. We're having that. You know, so I am saying to those young people, they are very brilliant. Firstly, let me applaud them. I worked with a team of young guys who were brilliant. Their ideas were just blowing me away every day because they came up with ideas. Sure, this can be polished and it will go far. We understand. I am very proud of those girls and boys, girls and guys who were part of the PR team. They made it easy for us as well. Sikwazi ukuncedisana sikhuphe into solid, into edibeneyo. So I hope they do stay in that space and understand that they are not limited to just singing. They can also explore careers within the very same space.
Yeah, talking about media and choral music. Media, the big companies.
Your
SABC, all these big companies. As a Sundays choral music. Why?
You know, now I honestly feel, Uguti, the choral events are very minimal. Therefore, there is no content. You end up having to, we used to have shows like Imi's Wilil, where you would see NCF 2010, Usambona Futi now 2018,
There's
because
no content,
those are the archives that they have. Choral events, begubane hype around competitions only. There weren't much of activities. Now, being a businessman or a businesswoman, would you want to invest in something that is seasonal, that you know, you only get to have business on September, Mago NCF? You wouldn't. You want something consistent. You want to invest in something that you will be able to give people content every week when you air the show, you know. So we were in a difficult competition with drama series, Kwaito events and this and that. Because with Kwaito events, kuna show every week, you know, because from Thursday to Sunday, so with us, kufuneka makwaya practice for months and months and be a part of a competition. Then the broadcasting house will come and film that, and they have to play that for years to a point where you see, badla Center again, you know.
Now I was standing like
yes. Now I was standing video because seka chinchile, you know, like they playing in Butia Shitwell or Akhona going Butia Shitwell Wasteland and you know what I mean. So I think these broadcasting houses, again, it goes back to us. Let us create as much content as possible to be able to approach them and say, this is what we have, this is what we do, and show them that we are consistent in what we're doing, and we will be able to provide you guys with the archives for each and every show that comes up. Then if we sit down with the person or Pete Iskwama Semali or who's got the keys for us to get that studio and broadcast a choral music show, we must go to them and say, Sila, here's Clap and Tap, Panama show every Sunday.
Exactly.
In small halls. Now investors are investing in going to churches and film service because we are not bringing content. So I'm saying, let us create content. Let us be consistent in providing the content. Then we can start knocking on right doors to say, give us a show.
Yeah. You know, there was someone, because on our Facebook page, she announced about as a showing.
Okay.
Then Sakumzi Jennings, on questions.
Okay.
As question beside entertainment part of the recent Xtravaganza event, what other goals did the Institute achieve in hosting the event? That is the first question.
Okay.
You can answer it, but I think it's directed to
the institution.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
But look, let me give my 2 cents on that one. Not from my view, a lot was achieved. Firstly, we have been in a choral space where we have appreciated the art of our conductors.
Yes.
And their musical brilliance. Vusi Kanyile is good. Sitwell Msongo is good. And they were never compensated.
Yes.
And exposed. Bona as conductors. So this is what Gauteng choristers no Sitwell. The voices of the nation no Fraser. So Ikamalabo would always go with the choir, without them being recognized as individuals. I think that was achieved to say, yes, we do have the conductors that are a good pair with their choirs. Be that as it may, these conductors are actually as good with other choirs. They were exposed to people to say they're not limited to being Uvumile no Manyama Welusutu chorus. But he is still Uvumile no Manyama, the music director that can adjust in conducting another choir. Also, the brilliant choir.
Yes.
Ibukamoso has proven to us, if you put your mind into it, you can do it. Those kids are something else. Those kids are something else. You look at the different styles. Michael Dingan being a gentle conductor who goes for a very soft approach in music and this and that. Then you move them and they were just adjusting to each and every conductor. As though Barbary has been for years, as though our conductors were institution value. But nje adjuster kuvele kwabalula. But the major thing that I feel was achieved by this, it is to prove that we can still do choral events without controversy and competition.
Exactly.
We united choristers from different choirs in one space, and there was no tension. The energies were amazing. People were in that space to enjoy music. Because look, that's the energy in choral space. But we got into a space where it was driven to us, singamanqila engoma, not amanqila okulwa. You know what I mean? And it was proven. We all enjoyed that space. So we achieved a peaceful space for choral music lovers.
Then second question, are there any primary objectives that the Institute intends to introduce with a view to contribute towards the choral music development in our country or in our country's future? If there are any contributions, what would be such contributions?
Look, I would not really be in a position to say this and this is what the Constitution wants to contribute in the country. However, I am grateful that within the Constitution, within Ikwaya itself, we have seen abantwana base Eastern Cape, abantwana base Free State, abantwana base Northwest, abantwana ba KZN, everywhere. Abantwana base Mozambique, abantwana base Lesotho, abantwana base Botswana and Swaziland. You know, this goes without a say. Uti Rampane has got a vision of one choral music, one community. You know, he doesn't really care where you come from, who you are, and what you bring. If you share the same passion with everyone in his institute, then Bona, you are more than welcome to get into their space. You know what I mean? So for Mna, he has also exposed these kids to things like the World Choir Games. Single-handedly, he sponsored those trips for those kids to get onto those spaces without limiting them. You know, I have seen Ibukam also travel to competitions even within the country.
Yeah, in Africa, also.
Even within the country. Abeza wahamba, ayikho lanto yoba kuzawucula 60 kuzawuphuma ibhasi abantwana abayi-60. Kuzawukhutshwa imali abantu abayi-60.
Kuzawukhutshwa imali uniform.
Exactly. That institution, it caters for everyone who is a member of it, whether uzawukhwela stage or not. You know, they go to every event as a family. For me, that is a contribution enkulu gabi into this space to say to these kids, yes, you're not on stage today, but come and have the experience that your peers are having. You know, this is somebody that has revived the National Choir Festival, even though it's no longer the previously known NCF, but now we have an opportunity again to have the national choir, the choirs competing to a point where they end up going to the national level. That for me is something so great. He is reviving the choral music single-handedly. So, you know, we have struggled with sponsorships for this very same choral music. Here is a man that is saying, and invest in this because I believe you guys are talented. I believe this can go far. That is a contribution. That is a contribution. I mean, besikhala kuthiwe kuzawuthenga uniform echoirini kufuneka ukhuphe imali yelokhwe okanye izihlangu. Ukhale ude ungayinasechoirini uthi hayi siyadliwa. But here's a man that is contributing financially and emotionally, because it takes a lot of emotions to be a part of this. You are dealing with a lot of people from different backgrounds, believing in music in different ways. So that is a contribution on its own.
Then third question from Usakumzi. I wish to kindly invite your guest views regarding to the lack of economy, tourism, and employment opportunities which choral art form has failed and still failing to create within the broader choral space.
There is so much controversy in that question. Be that as it may, look, art platform yethu ifaka into ezininzi. It requires a lot before one can actually stand there and sing. There's lots of logistics, rehearsals, this, that, uniforms, transport to the competition venue, lunch, ukutya for abantwana bazocula. Unfortunately, we are having that struggle in our country as a whole. Ngaphandle kwe choral music, where people are unemployed. People are unemployed. They do not have a source of income. The little that they're getting, like social grants and all that, it goes from hand to mouth. And it is still not enough. Now, those people are coming into these choirs with a lot of stress, wanting to distress. We don't have much sponsors. We are having unemployed choristers. Asizobaqosha sithi hlalani phansi. How do you then expect the sponsor to not sponsor the event and create jobs. We need to start by thina ngokwethu sizinikele to work with these sponsors and make this thing big so that it gives us the potential of getting jobs out of it. If we start building it now as volunteers, then in the long run, it will grow into something that will employ our people.
Yes.
It will grow into something that will be able to provide for the people. But before then, we need to take the leap of faith and put in our energies in it so that it works out and becomes something very solid and tangible.
The last question. Finally, how can all these shortcomings identified above be overcome in attempt to industrialize the broader choral landscape in our country?
It's simple. Abantu bomculo mabaphakame emakhayeni wabo. I feel we have been spoiled by what's this thing? What's that thing in Zwayo? Live streams.
Yes.
I feel live streams are killing our choral music because abantu ngoku abasayenzi lanto yakudala yokuza nedombolo nenkukhu bazohlala e-Standard Bank Arena kuzobukelwa ikwayara. Because ngoku kune data, kune phone yakhe, kune smart TV.
Exactly.
They tune in and watch the choirs from the comfort of their homes. The event organizers organize for an event, book a venue, and end up not even filling half of the venue because there's a live stream. Look, Mabanteleli Poison Dife, I am not for live streams. I don't want live streams. No. I feel they are killing. I feel they are killing our music.
Stefan.
Yes, it's a nice thing, Sia. We know Uguti, we are moving with times. But also let us look at how we are now killing this very same event. For me, if you want to do a live stream, buy a ticket for it.
Yes.
I'd rather sell tickets to do a live stream.
Yeah, you're right.
Even a live stream ticket, okay, you can't travel and pay for accommodation and pay for the ticket and food and we understand. Tenga ticket le live stream.
Yes.
But live stream ya mahala no. No ways. No ways. So it goes back to basics. Let us be there to support our music.
Yeah.
Let us go to the venue. Let us fill up the venues. See guys, no complimentary tickets.
Yes.
Let us buy tickets and support these events. Singa money, sicela matikiti, sicela this, sicela that. Bese when sponsors are pulling out, sifile ukuthi our art form ayinakwanga.
Yes.
Kuba noza unaka into enganakwanga kwa sithi.
Exactly.
Asiyinakanga nathi. So let us invest in it. Let us go back to the times of Caltech's mass choir and filling up the venues. Then we will be able to actually change this.
Yeah.
We already have game changers that are willing to give us an opportunity. So
yes.
Let us invest our bit, not.
When I guess it's going to be in PR environment, and I believe you've been working with corporates.
Yes.
If Teta Nabo, indone benza bas distance choral.
They don't even know it. That's the thing. They don't even know it because the noise is just not loud enough about choral music. Abantu, they knew of choral and opera and this and that when Usbongile Mngoma actually staged the sit-in at the NAC.
Yeah.
That's when people were aware ukuthi kanti ama-artists wethu asafara kanjena kanti kune choral music active in South Africa. Recently we have seen South African artists, choralists, opera singers flourishing we Britain's Got Talent and only then they're like, oh, so this is what we have in our country. There's Onkululeko Masugu. Recently.
Yes.
Who did wonders on that stage, the Britain's Got Talent. I want to say it, our own.
Yes.
Our own. But Abelapa Ekaya, we do not encourage them. Once they are known out there, city, he is ours, he's one of us. Our own, our people, flourish black child. We even come up with slogans to say we are behind you. Let us nurture it now. Let us make noise about it now. Let everyone know Oguti, there's choral music in South Africa that nobody's doing anything about. There's choirs in our country. There's talent. Look, in nemali in our very own economy. If we have as much as we can of those kids go out there. If we can have a Department of Arts and Culture investing in this talent, it's already proven. Uguti,
I think it's been years now trying to attract the Department of Art and Culture. But they don't seem like to come on board.
It falls on deaf ears. Even said Chinchwama minister, it still falls on deaf ears. Maybe we need a minister, Gulanda, or Esuga Walapa choral music. They must put somebody from here. They must put an artist, because if you have an artist there, you have somebody that will understand the cries of the people down there. So if you have somebody up there who doesn't even know what is happening there, and for him that is it. They're not going to understand how broad is the art. Because they don't know what is art. You can't be a minister of arts and culture when you know zilch about arts and culture.
So, do you have any updates or any upcoming events that you know about?
So it is the Dirompani Foundation, where they will be doing the National Choir Festival Tour, and they'll be doing provinces, including Ilisutu and Swaziland. They're also going to be a part of this, and Botswana. Yes, there's neighboring countries that are going to be a part of this. It's going to be very big. People must just look out for this on their social pages. You will see this pretty face again. I will come to you guys with all the relevant information. I hope in their provinces, Abantu, they are registering choirs, because this is going to be very big and they won't regret it. Here is somebody, once more, here is somebody who is willing to invest in our art. The least you can do, practicing chorista, conductor, and come to the competition venue. I can assure you it's going to be worth your while in every aspect, for that matter. Utirompane is a game changer. He's looking at things differently, and he wants everyone to be happy. Obviously, as a person, not everyone uzowazi everybody, but his intention, it is to eventually reach a point where people in the choral space are happy. He loves music. He loves music. He's passionate about music, and he wants to invest in music. I'm sure you did see
and he wants to be a conductor.
And he wants to be a conductor. So why not? So Abantu guys, they must just go out, register your choirs, find out who you can talk to there. I know Umuhau is the project manager. You can even inbox him on Facebook if you don't have any information on what to do, and find out, register your choir, compete in your province, go to the national. Let us get into that mode. And of course, there's other events here and there. There's a competition coming up in Rustenburg in October, I believe.
Buang
Muloto, yes. Yeah. And I saw something else that was posted as well. Limpopo, that is happening this weekend.
Oh, okay.
Either today or tomorrow, I'm not really sure. People must just go out in numbers to these events. People are trying to invest once more in our choral fraternity.
Yes.
The least we can do, it is get out of our homes, so that iphile into yethu ingafi into yethu.
No, iphilile sisak. Have you ever attended the Buamuloto?
I have never, but our conductor Usidwell Mhlongo has had an opportunity to be an adjudicator to the competition. So this year is gonna be my first time attending it. And I believe it's a brilliant one. Because abantu who have been there, by so I can't miss out. I can't drop myself.
How many days does it take? Because I saw 20 choirs there.
It's one day.
It's one day.
It's actually one day, yeah.
So
it's one day.
How many songs per choir?
One. Usually go by 2 songs,
Two songs.
Yeah. And in the 2 songs, I'm a competition by Benze. Western piece and an African piece. But of late we saw ETCMA introducing the culture of celebrating African composers, and that is beautiful. It's a brilliant idea. It's one Choral Music Association. They came up with that. Look, we want you to do 2 African pieces, one of your choice and one that is prescribed by us. So usually go by yoga 2 pieces of per choir. Abanyege, they can stretch it as far as getting because it's the 2 prescribed, they stretch it as far as getting a choir to sing their own choice, because that also puts you at an advantage when you sing something that.
So 40 songs a day.
Yeah, but it's worth it. Yeah, definitely it's worth it.
Okay.
It is definitely.
It's doable.
Yeah, it is doable because the first half of the day they do one piece, and then the second half of the day after lunch, then they do the second piece. Then there's results. See, we used to go to competitions. Esasipuma midnight. We used to be on the lineup of.
I know competition let's go.
Yeah, Saski.
Yeah, before you be
Tirisan. Yeah.
Miss Pomexen.
Yeah.
Competition today.
Yeah, that's very true. We used to have SAP SACMA. Choirs would register to be a part of that. There was small ensembles from solo sections, small ensembles, 2 mixed choirs, and indigenous. So I know exactly what you're talking about. But it is so much fun. It's a day away from your problems.
Yes.
You get to distress, you get to socialize with people, you even get to make contacts,
Yes.
You get to talk to the right people there. Because sometimes the right person is sitting right next to you. So it doesn't hurt to give a smile and a warm greeting to the next person. You don't know what it might lead to.
Yes, that's right. Don't you have exact dates for Provincial Eliminations for Tirombane Foundation?
Okay, so the dates are as follows. So it will pilot in Gauteng province on the 1st of September, 2024. So the choirs in Gauteng, please get the music, rehearse, register your choir, and show up. It will be on the 1st of September in Gauteng. Okay, there are no venues, so I'm not going to confirm where. And then the next one will be the 8th of September, where it will be in Lesotho.
Okay.
Lesotho is on the 8th of September. The choir is out on Lesotho. Banabes, Aibejwalo, Helek. So yeah, that will be Lesotho on the 8th of September.
Yes.
Then the following week, which is the 14th of September, it will be in Mpumalanga. So now choirs in Mpumalanga and Limpopo, 14th September.
Yes.
Be there in numbers. Come support your choir. Bring your choir. Get ready. Prepare yourself. That's now the 14th. Then we go Gwelga Banana on the 19th of okay, my bad. That is 19th of October. Then on the 7th of September as well. Remember, Lesotho is on the 8th.
Yes.
Now the 7th of September, we have in Northern Cape.
7 and the 8th.
Yes, 7 and 8, the whole weekend there's competition. Okay. So from the 7th, we will then move to Lesotho on the 8th of September.
Okay.
So Northern Cape will be 7th and Lesotho on the 8th. If Free State is our Dijanis on the Northern Cape because they're not really far apart. Oh, okay. So the 7th of September is both Free State and the Northern Cape. Okay. Then in Northwest is going to be on the 29th of September.
Yes.
28th. My bad. It's going to be on the 28th of September. Then Pondwin, Mabasilindele 21 September. 21st of September, Pondwin, Eastern Cape, we are there.
Okay.
And the guy is a Pondwin Shem Zikona. So we're looking at a lot of the Matthew singers, big choirs, so most of the conductors that were on the Xtravaganza are actually going to be competing now amongst themselves. We will be there, South Jeffile. Exactly. Yeah. And we have Limpopo and Mpumalanga, they're actually sharing as well. So the 14th of September will be Limpopo and Mpumalanga. Okay. Whilst Free State and Northern Cape are also sharing.
Yes.
In Northwest will then be the 28th of September. Okay. Then we go into October, the 6th of October.
Yes.
Western Cape, we're going to be in the Western Cape. No, it's not the last one.
Okay.
So that's 6th October in the Western Cape. Western Cape should be ready. 6th is October. Then on the 12th of October, we will be in Botswana.
Yeah.
Botswana should be ready. Yes. I remember Botswana used to have choirs like Mulodi Wakoma.
Yes.
Those were the famous choirs of Botswana. I used to go to Botswana for choral music. Well, I've been everywhere for choral music. Yeah. So Botswana must be ready on the 12th of October. Now, on the 29th of September, Zimbabwe. We will be in Zimbabwe. 29 September, Zimbabwe is competing. The choirs in Zimbabwe are also going to take part.
I know one
in
choir
this.
in Zimbabwe is
Chitungwizi Choral Society. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Chitungwizi is also going to be a part of this.
Yeah.
So the 29th of September, look out for the choirs. I say Zim. Guys, Pakishani Mpago, sizohamba siyohlala Victoria Falls kancane bese sihamba siya eholweni. Okay. And then the 15th of September, Swaziland, we saw them, guys. 15th September. September 15. Swaziland, we saw them, guys, come into the country to support our event when there was the Conductors Extravaganza.
I want to see something between Swaziland choirs and Bukamoso.
Yeah. What do you want to see, Sia?
No, I want to see something. And I will see it.
Look, Uti Rompane has been actually supporting a lot of choirs.
Yeah.
He's got great relationships with a lot of choirs. Lesotho Chorus.
Yes.
He's got good friendships, good partnerships there. Swaziland, Mbabane, we saw Umenzi Gule was part of this.
Yes.
He's got good relations with a lot of choirs. IBOM, Battle of Municipalities, the competition in the Eastern Cape. Uti Rompane was also trying ukuthi nalapho afake isandla. So simbonile fake isandla. I remember at some point bekuno Khagma, the first Khagma after COVID.
After COVID. Yes.
Remember Uti Rompane actually sponsored the event with trophies, you know. So the trophies that were actually awarded to choirs on the day, he bought all of those for the choirs. So look, uyasifaka isandla even nakwamanye choir. Even though in a choir yake, he still says that I can do.
Yes.
And we appreciate that.
Yes.
TCMA, we saw Tirompane Afakisandla Nyokana. As a matter of fact, the choir that actually won the TCMA, I think Voices of the Nation, they won the TCMA, deservingly so. And they won a uniform for the choir over and above the prices that they got. So we asked Fakisandla. So we will see something everywhere because he's not limiting anyone. He's not limiting anyone.
I think that that also will attract other sponsors.
Yeah.
To come in. I think they now what you did with Xtravaganza, something you can go and sell.
Yeah.
To corporates.
Yeah, we can.
Look at this.
We can.
Yeah,
we can. Yeah. And look, sometimes when you look for sponsors, you don't necessarily need to say to them, "This is the event, this is the budget, I need this much." You know, you can look for multiple sponsors.
Yes.
You can get sponsors for food. You can get sponsors for the venue. Get sponsors for this. Get sponsors for that. Mhlawumbe, we need to start doing that, where we break down our needs way too prior to the event, so that we start knocking on multiple doors. Because sometimes it's not because you're not getting a sponsor, it is because what you're requiring is too big for the sponsor. You know, Kanti, if you knock on Sia's doors and say, "Sia, I need broadcasting for my event," and then you knock on Akhona's doors and say, "Akhona, I need PR and marketing for my event." You knock on Rompane's doors, "Mr. Mpane, I need buses for my event." You know, and also we need to nurture the business of our sponsors. We used to have Old Mutual. Old Mutual began ama policies and this and that. But bangaphi abantu ku-choral music abangati dathatha ipolicy yakwa Old Mutual when they were sponsoring us, you know? And that on its own is actually saying to our sponsors, we appreciate you. Uti Rompane has got buses. Uti Rompane is in multiple businesses. People that know the type of businesses that he is in. Look, if a choir, I'm challenging the choirs to actually say, "Mr. Mpane sicela i-quotation yebhasi siya eRustenburg." Let us give back to our sponsors, because the choirs are going to the competition. Can you offer ibhasi kulati Rompane that is actually giving us something? You know, akhuthale naye. Akhuthale, because ibhasi sizoyifuna anyway, ichoir kwayizohamba. You know, we need a bus from Johannesburg to Rustenburg. You know, why not go to the very same sponsor and ask for that bus? He's our sponsor. He has buses. Let us give back. Asiyofuna ibhasi kuthi Rompane and pay for it. Asiceli guys, siyayibhatala.
As for the sponsor.
Asiceli sponsor, siyayibhatala. The very same thing we would have done if we were getting a bus from Pasco.
Yeah.
It's more than a pleasure.
I really appreciate.
Yeah.
You did a very beautiful thing with Rompane, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you for having me. Thank you for having me here. And I love the concept and everything behind your idea with this. And yeah, I hope it grows even further and further from here, guys. You are on the right foot. We appreciate people that are exposing this choral music to the world, you know, and this podcast is doing exactly that. Thank you so much, Sia.
Thank you, Fit. Grand Piano Truth, remember, we do not sing because we are happy, but we are happy because we sing.
Yes.
Kucho William. Sharp.